Greasy Woman Spears, for sure.
Excuse me. Did you see
There's
the
free
show?
water upstairs.
I hear Adriana's walking.
I brought some tissues in case it was emotional.
Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. It's a cornucopia of stuff. How's everybody doing? I hope you are doing well. It's been a week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get beat up with another snowstorm. They are predicting up to 20 inches in New York City. Drop a bomb on that. 20 inches. As if the girls didn't get enough about a week and a half ago when they got like 12 inches. No, now they're going to get almost double that. 20 inches. So we've been busy getting the house in order, getting the machine prepared, getting the cans of gas, and the machine needed some oil. So getting all of that together because it's getting ready to be an intense Sunday, Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are staying safe if you are in the path of this blizzard. They are calling it the blizzard like none other. They haven't seen anything like this since like 10 years ago. Okay? 10 years ago. Anyway, I digress. Before I get into the personal and all of that, if you have stumbled upon my channel, I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. The channel, myself, we are a cornucopia of stuff. You just shake it and you don't never know what's going to come out. The programming that I've been doing this month for Black History Month is I've been coming through live every single night with a profile, a Black History Month profile, or a fact or a topic for discussion relating to Black History Month, right? So this last week we went ahead and we started with Ida Bell Wells Barnett. Drop a bomb on that. Who we learned was an American journalist and a sociologist. Okay. Wells was famous for her courageous investigative journalism, leading powerful anti-lynching causes in the 1890s by exposing the brutal reality behind these racial terror lynchings, often masking economic and racial motives behind false accusations of black men raping white women, and for being a pioneer, an early civil rights leader who co-founded the NAACP. She was one of the co-founders of the NAACP, Ida B. Wells. And all of the recaps that I'm about to talk about, I've done videos. You could go back on my timeline and see them, or on my live tab and see them, and learned a little bit more about these folks. Then after Ida B. Wells, we went ahead and talked a little bit about the NAACP. When it was established, the purpose that it served, I learned a couple of things. I did not know that the NAACP has a chapter nearly in every state. And the numbers are huge. They have different arms to the organization, including lobbying. That's, when they get down with making, with the people who make the laws, they get with the people who make the laws before the laws are enacted. Yeah, they have that covered. They also have a legal arm in which they go and they argue in front of the Supreme Court. Yeah, Clarence Thomas, and his wife, the one who looks like pork pussy. Drop a bomb on that. Yeah. It's a mixture between Miss Piggy and pork pussy. I guess they're both in the same realm because they're both pigs, right? So they go up there and they argue, and they've been responsible for a lot. I didn't even know. My knowledge of the NAACP was the tip of the iceberg, in other words. So then on the third date of the week, we were informed of the passing of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Okay, he passed earlier this week. And so we learned a little bit more about what he was doing and how, Jesse Jackson was interesting to me because he is somebody from my times. Like, I can tell you, I've seen a lot of interviews. I've seen him in a lot of marches back when he was in better health. Because, later on in life, I know I did see him in a wheelchair. And he clearly looked like he has some ailments going on, just, old age. But I do remember him from like TV, from TV. I don't think I read about him in history books per se in high school or college, but I knew of him kind of like, what is that other man? He looks like a head on a stick now. He definitely had the surgery because he's been looking like that for a while. What is his name? He used to not have a nasty piece of Jerry curl, and then he did a nasty piece of relaxer. Is it a relaxer or a perm? Which one is it? The one that was slicked back like a cow just took a lick from the front of his forehead all the way to the back of his neck, and everybody like. Not Farrakhan, not Farrakhan, not him, but Al Sharpton. Drop a bomb on that, yes. With the Action Network. Fun fact about Juan Key Pro is that I was an active member of the Action nonprofit. That is Al Sharpton's nonprofit. So, unfortunately, yes, Love Blake, Al Sharpton. Have you seen him recently, Love Blake? He looked like a head on a stick. Like a head. Well, he was giving, what's that other lady who's now, who's a judge now in one of those court judge shows? She got fired from The View. She too, Star Jones got the surgery. So he looked like Star Jones, like just the the neck around the neck and all of that. It's just dried the F up. But listen, at least they're trying to be healthy. At least they got that weight under control. But we know Al Sharpton. I know what Al Sharpton looked like before the surgery. Drop a bomb on that. But anyway, I was an active. I don't think my husband even knows this. I was an active participant in the Action Network, which is Al Sharpton's nonprofit. Yeah. Signed petitions, did my little donation. They were organizing a huge march in some steps in Washington. I never care for him. Some steps in Washington, there was a huge march that was going to be happening. And I was getting ready to go partake in the whole thing, but the violence became so, around that my family begged me not to go. So I listened and I supported from home. But yes, we learned that Jesse Jackson passed. We learned, I learned about, his contributions. Like I said, I know him to be a face just like Al Sharpton, but I never really knew what he did. And he gained a lot of respect when I learned about the things that he has done. Rodney Devo has walked into the room. Hello, hi, nice to see you, Rodney. So, unfortunately, they made a petition to have Jesse Jackson's body viewed in the I guess the Senate floor, the Capitol floor, and the Speaker of the House, or the Majority Leader, Johnson, who's hanging on for dear life. The man looks like he's way over his head in the job description and shit. He actually denied it. Drop a bomb on that. On brand for the racism and on brand for what his party stands for. You know what I'm saying? Completely on brand. So they are going to be viewing, his body is going to be viewing at his organization, the Rainbow Coalition. They're going to watch him there for 2 days. So for 2 days, people can come and pay their respects. It's going to be open to the general public. The estate and the family of Jesse Jackson has asked that folks leave politics at the door and just come and pay their respects, and none of that, like media and all that. Leave all of that at the door. Just pay their respects and keep it pushing. All right. After Jesse Jackson, we the next profile that we did was Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall, who I did not know was the first black man elected to the Supreme Court. Drop a bomb on that. I'm so happy that the first black man was not Clarence Thomas with the wife who looks like pork pussy in the face. Yes, her. Because Clarence Thomas has been a disgrace to the community. I have a few choice words for what I think he is and what kind of person he is, but I'm not going to use those words during Black History Month, okay? I refuse. However, back to Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall was heavily involved in the civil rights movement, and he held several positions. He retired from being a Supreme Court justice right before his death. So we got to learn a little bit about him. And then we also learned about Robert Smalls, that was a name that I've never heard. And I think, it should be taught more in school. Robert Smalls was a slave, an enslaved slave, and I say this because in the research that I read, I kept coming across them calling him a worker. Drop a fucking bomb on that. A worker. They called him a worker on a slave ship. Oh no, honey. Let's call it what it is. Let's call the thing. He was enslaved on a ship, on a Confederate ship, and when the white men went offshore, possibly to get all high, drugged up, and rape women. Okay? And if you ain't like it, well, you need to figure out history and see what the fuck they were doing when they were getting off them boats and them islands and shit. So when the white men got off the boats to go, get some libations and some, and accost women and rape women and father these children, mixed children and the whole nine. And, when they went on shore to do that, Robert Smalls went ahead and took over the ship. Drop a bomb on that. Making them look all inept and stupid. He then proceeded to sell the ship to the Union and surrendered it to the Union with the arms and everything that was in there. He just drove it across the line and gave it to the Union. Okay? Because of his heroic actions, he was then given numerous titles. He held positions in the army, the military forces at that point. I don't know if it was called the army per se, but the Navy, certainly the Navy, with the boats and stuff. And they actually named the boat after him. So I had no idea who he was. I had no idea who Robert Smalls was. Then finally yesterday, we talked about HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. We learned about them. We did, I think it was 10 myths, and then we followed up with facts, okay? Such as historically black colleges, HBCUs, are discriminatory against non-blacks. We dismantled that completely. And to my shock and amazement, I didn't know that there's a HBCU in Texas, in Bumblefuck, Texas, somewhere where they have 62% whites. Drop a bomb on that. But these will be the same whites that claim discriminatory practices and, kill affirmative action and the whole nine. We had a really good discussion about the whole affirmative action thing, specifically surrounding the Asian community. We talked a little bit about some historical news that I learned about back in the day where Asians could come over, and as long as they were quote unquote running a business, i.e., 10 minutes, come pick it up behind the glass, the plexiglass in the hood. They could bring their family members and the whole nine, and how banks were willing to give them loans, give them money. But it wasn't the same to black people and black businessmen. Trouble bomb on that. I tell you, this week, dealing with the NAACP, dealing with Robert Smalls, dealing with the HBCU video, and just thinking about Terrence Clarence Thomas with the wife whose face looks like pork pussy her. It made me angry. This week wasn't a good week for me. It really made me reflect. I mean, I know about the racism, but it was really like in my face this week. Like, unfortunately, it really made me reflect. And it also set me in a mood because I know that shit ain't going right with number 47. I know. And you have to be hopeful that future generations will be able to undo the harm that has been done here. Okay? But I know that if history has taught me anything, is that this shit takes time. It moves at a motherfucking glacier pace. Okay? So it's not like they're going to go ahead and fix everything right away. We're talking damages that hopefully by the time I close my eyes and depart this beautiful, salacious, youthful and strong body of mine with a small back, that the generation and the society will be better advanced in terms of this whole racism and the way that certain demographics and certain racial groups have been treated. I hope that by the time I close my eyes and Juanqui out and curtains is done, and my last number is performed, that, there's a better society other than what's happening right now. It's infuriating. It's disgusting. It is what it is. We are 21 days into Black History Month. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that there has been any acknowledgement from the People's House, by the way? That's supposed to be the People's House. It's certainly funded by the people's money. Drop a bomb on that. Our taxes, right? There has been zero, simple, nada. No type of acknowledgement of Black History Month. And even with that, and with the constant oppressive laws and what they're trying to do with stealing the elections. And funny enough, they went over there to Georgia and had the FBI steal all the ballots. Talk about voter fraud. And the voter fraud that's being found is by Elon Musk. Okay? Republicans. I tell you, my husband, the Incredible Hulk, yes, who has put me in my position. We were having conversations because, that's what I like to do. I like to have conversation with my husband. Okay. It's true. I conversate, which is not a word. I converse with my husband, the Incredible Hulk. He let me know. Did y'all know that number 47's father has, there's actual pictures of number 47's father with the, what is it, a warlock? What is that called? The warlock? The head of the KKK? They actually have pictures together. Okay, these people all roll together. The hate runs in their blood. Okay, he seen in pictures with the Grand Wizard. Look at that let me put it right here. The Grand Wizard, wizardry. Okay, the Grand Wizard. It sounds less than smart. It sounds less than smart. The Grand Wizard. Wizard of what? It sounds less than brilliant, less than smart. Okay. He has pictures with KKK members. And you don't think number 47 was raised in that environment? As white as that man is, you don't think that runs through their blood? You don't think every single choice that they make up there, they make it with the hate that they have towards anything that does not look like them? And as we have learned in the last several months, it's not only just towards black people, but it's also to their own kind that's not in their own socioeconomic status. Okay, trailer park, trailer trash. Yeah, people living in a double wide. In the park. Oh, yes. You thought you had protection of complexion. Yeah, but if that bank account is the stocks, were you ever invited to the dinners and the meetings and the Mar-a-Lagos? Were you? Yeah, no. He's told you by killing a whole bunch of your benefits, because he gave you the illusion that it was only black people on these benefits. He gave you the illusions, Latinos for Trump, that is not our type of Latins. It's not our type of Cubans that are going to be put on the boats back, on the planes back, on the tires back. Okay? He gave you that impression. You thought it wasn't you, right? Oh, it wasn't going to be your kind. Until he started showing you that it's not only white, not only male. Remember, they're patrolling women's pussies too now and ovaries. Okay? They did without, they did the whole, my body, my choice. No, bitch. Your body, my choice. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Every once in a while, I go online and I get the clip where the Cuban woman is all redded up. She got the, MAGA hat, and she's singing, "I will vote for Donald Trump." And she's salsaing up there. She's Cuban. She probably is, what time is it? It's 8:34. She's probably has had her 10th or 15th penis in her as she prostitutes herself in Cuba, because in case you didn't know, the bitch got shipped back. Okay? The bitch got shipped back. I hope she's giving her clients a little salsa performance right after the ejaculation. Oh my God. I said I will be proper and demure. I'm getting all fired up. This is the recap. So, at least it's the recap, and it's my face up there, not a historical figure. Okay? With that said, I've given you 24 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just getting more salacious, so I'm going to hold. We are about to go into our final week, unfortunately, of our profiles. I go live every single night. Please join me tomorrow, as I will be doing starting our last week of profiles for Black History Month. And then come March, I am going to let go and let God. Okay, I have a lot to say that I've not been able to say because I'm trying to keep it proper and demure and pay some respect and have some dignity when speaking about Black excellence and our history. And yes, it's our history. If I hear another motherfucking Latino acting like Latino is a goddamn race, I'm going to freaking yell. You dumbass. You sound so dumb. Latino is not a race. It's an ethnic group. It's a cultural word. You black. I know it hates and it pains you. It kills you to be black. And you're black. You're black. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, all them islands, Cubans, Haitians, Brazilians, especially Brazilians. Okay? Thank you for coming through, ladies and gentlemen. If you are on the East Coast and you are getting ready to deal with this snowstorm, misview, severe, I hope you are ready, and safe. Love Blake, I hope you are ready and safe as well. This is supposed to be a nasty piece of storm. We keep hearing, it's like they're saying here in New York, they're saying they've not seen something like this since 10 years ago. Drop a bomb on that. I just hope that it's not what we just went through in terms of like the following week, because we were living in an icebox. It was like negative 15, negative 25 in some places. It was feeling like that with the cold front. So I hope that this shit comes down the 15, 20, but it just dissipates. Maybe some rain with it or whatever so that it can go away. All right. Love Blake says, I wish you well and be safe. It's likewise, Love Blake. Be careful. Please, people, check on your elderlies, check on your parents, check on your siblings. Incredible Hulk and I have everything we need here. He rent machines. We have like a gas powered machine that does the snow, and so we do ours, and then we also do some of the neighbors because we have some elderly neighbors around here. So we do that. I feel bad for Incredible Hulk because that shit is tiring. Even with a machine, Love Blake, that automatically does so. You gotta do just push it and it just moves forward. But it's still a lot, and being out there in the cold and all that. But I will be inside preparing the warm tea. See, I don't do any physical labor. I don't do the physical labor. You see that face right there, Love Blake? Does that look like the face that does physical labor? Absolutely not. No. Snowplow. Yes, the snowplow. Love Blake, you're going to catch me looking out the window just like that. You see? Just like that. I'll support from the window like this with the intensity in the eyes and a little bit of the lips and the whole nine. I'll be looking out the window at Incredible Hulk like this. Because when he walks back in, I'ma service him. Drop a bomb on that. Absolutely. Yes, I will have hot tea and a little bit of maybe a little brownie. What did you think I was saying, Love Blake? Yes. Your behind is spoiled. No, my behind is smart. I married smart. Okay? Love Blake, maybe sometime in March, I might diverge a little bit. Manny came knocking. Okay, Manny sat down and gave me their resumes, and I gave them a number 2 pencil and a bubble sheet. But the only one that captured me literally and figuratively when them elevator doors opened, because we was meeting in a hotel, because I was grown. Oh my God, my cheers is not going. God. Goodness, killing my flow of my show. But, the only one that captured me when them elevator doors open, because we met in a hotel in the midnights of hours, because he was late, it was Incredible Hulk. Okay? Love Blake says, we married smart. That's how I know you're spoiled. With that said, have a good night, everybody. Be safe. I will be back in tomorrow. Take it easy with the snow. And I wish you a good week. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.